Welcome back to Quake Pro League. I am 40 Lions, joined by the one and only ZSX. Coming up, a tale of a man battling for his life. It's going to be psygib versus maxter. There's no other way about it, Dan. psygib has to win 3-0 to maintain position and not fall to relegation. If he can do that, he sends Dramas down there. Any other result, psygib is going into relegation, and going up against maxter, tall order.
Can he do it? Yes. Will he do it? Don't think so.
And just like that, you tank the predictions one way. I hate you because everybody listens to you because you're handsome and knowledgeable. But yeah, absolutely right. I mean, maxter's been going on a tear recently. One of the few players to take a map off Rafa, almost taking a set. I mean, Totem Gate, call it what you want. Those will haunt him probably for a long time. But yeah, maxter, similar playstyle to Nosfa in that he will test you early. He will make sure you hit all of your shots, and if not, he will punish you accordingly. So psygib has a big task ahead of him, but you know, he can do it. Is it going to be a full 3-0? I think that's a tall ask, even on a good day. I mean, 2-1, sure, psygib takes the series, but this has to be 3-0 perfect sweep. So yeah. Really tough.
No, I completely agree. I think I can definitely see it being a 2-1 to psygib. I just think maxter has that X factor. He just has that way to make things happen and to cause chaos. He's always in the game, and now I look at this board as well. He's also got some really solid picks to go off as well that truly enable him to play his game. So let's just go through it. How about you take us through it, 40?
Sure. So we start off on Deep Embrace, fantastic. Ranger versus Strog, interesting. Scale versus Eisen on Corrupted, and then we got Veil. We got that DK again versus BJ. Why don't you break it down and tell me why exactly you love all of Maxter's picks?
I think Deep is pretty even. I think they both have a lot of skill and utility. I think Ranger edges it slightly because of the way Deep's laid out. The Orb and the Rocket Jump passive have a lot of flexibility there. Corrupted, I think Scale's an interesting pick. I've seen Maxter playing it a lot there. He's streaming now, go check him out. He's no longer got a potato PC, so you can watch him play, and he's looking good, and Scale's one of his favorites. We saw him beat Rafa with Scale, so he's a Scale MVP, and Corrupted Keeper's an unusual pick for it, but he's been playing it a lot on there. It's got a lot of speed, it's tanky. We know Eisen is a good counter, and Eisen is very good at Corrupted anyway, so that's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out. And then lastly, Veil is we've got BJ coming out. I'm not the biggest fan of BJ. I know the North American scene played a lot. I don't think it's that great, but it's still good. But the Death Knight on Veil is probably the strongest map in my opinion. There's just the way in which you can use the Fire Strike is really unique there. You can knock people. There's those nice channels up on the high ground where you can get maximum damage with it. It causes havoc if you use him well. So really interesting set of picks from maxter. It allows him to play aggressive, it allows him to play fast, and that's when he plays his best.
Absolutely agree. I think the Death Knight on Veil is going to be a rough play for psygib. Overall, I mean, predictions, Dan, do you see this going any other way than, you know, a 2-1 for maxter? Do you think 2-1 for psygib? Again, yes, it's a victory, but it's not what he wants. He has to put up a 3-0. I mean, this is the most ridiculous ask of anyone, I feel like.
Picks alone, I don't see it as a 3-0. And I also see it as a 2-1 maxter. I agree. I think he's got it.
I think Chad is going to agree with you on this one as I take a quick peek over at the predictions, but I heard the noise. We're going to get into it, and if you're a psygib fan, you just cross your fingers, predict all your points, whatever you got to do. Hope that the headband and aviators pull through. 3-0, nothing less will suffice for psygib right now. So, I mean, if there's any time, now he's going to put up a big show. We'll see. 73% in favor of maxter. The chat has spoken. I feel like you influenced them, though, Dan. Shame on you. Shame on you.
I would love to see you shave and come to cast one day as a psygib cosplay.
I could do that.
I reckon you could put it off.
I was trying to grow out the depression beard, get it down nice and chunky like I used to back in the old days. We'll see. I mean, who knows what's going to happen during the Stage 2 finals, Dan, but let's focus back in on this one, the task in hand for psygib. Again, 3-0, nothing else cuts it, and maxter's just been on a tear, so this is just an uphill battle all the way through as we're going to get in on Deep Embrace. Maxter versus psygib live right now.
Starting over on maxter, who gets that heavy spawn, rocket jump as well to boot and rail. So he's got all the weapons he needs to put up a fight up on the mid ground. psygib's going to go super aggressive with machine gun for back-to-back rails. That will set him down. He actually uses the jump pad to has enough health just to survive, but the machine gun should be enough.
Wow.
Scrap that. Scrap that. It's not.
Ooh, off the spawn, 2 big shotgun blasts. Hit him with the buckshot. psygib can't land the rockets, needs to be careful. Clean pickup on the rail. Ooh, good drive-by rail, but he's so weak. There's another one, grabs the armor. Could turn this around if Maxter's not careful. Again, Maxter not afraid to play super aggressive, but psygib doing a good job of punishing every peak.
Yep, he is indeed. He's done a great job of that so far, and he's going to have to continue to do that because Maxter will not relent either. It's going to be high tempo, and psygib can match that. We know how good he is with his rail, and when it is on, it is on. And so far, he's looking fly. But once again, they are trading items. psygib still hasn't got a rocket, actually.
Ooh, what a jump over rail from Maxter there. psygib backpedaling, can't land the rail, and now he's in a really, really bad way. There's a dire orb just in case. Doesn't take it. 50 HP for psygib. He's just trying to survive now.
This is really bad. Items still got a long time before the heavy. Maxter can just delay. And I mean, he messes that up royally, wow, which should have been an easy frag for psygib, but he's still in a lot of trouble.
Tell me how you really feel, Dan. As psygib does get out of danger, 100-100 stack. LG on the way down, Maxter punishing up the jump pad. psygib makes it a little bit too easy, ties it at 2.
Nice push off the spawn, but good retaliation from Maxter. psygib still down there with only a rocket to play with. And Maxter actually lets him live so he can make an easy road over to the heavy to reposition. Pika comes out and he does a lot, so maybe he should have killed him in advance, but lovely rail off the spawn. Orb as well.
So good
easy
at that too.
Yeah.
He's just so aware of the spawns, working the map, getting the free damage. psygib has to be aware of that and maybe start delaying his spawn because Maxter will get a lot of mileage out of that as the LG pushing in. psygib trying to survive, shotgun out, does deny the 50 shard to try and help his cause. 7 HP and Maxter capitalizes again with the machine gun going through the telly. Is extremely weak though. psygib, good stack off the spawn, can maybe make something happen here. There's the telly play, can he land the shot? And he can't do it! Oh no!
Comes out alive, but again, he hasn't got a lot to work with. Maxter's already in position for this mega, and psygib will be over there just to hit a rail, but psygib doesn't take the high ground, which is the smart play. Instead, just falls on back. Now rocket jumps up to reposition. Really nice play by Maxter.
Okay, psygib, rail peeker, I like that. Gets over to the heavy in time. What a rail! That was absolutely beautiful from Maxter. 1 HP from psygib. Maxter knows he wants those health bubbles. psygib waiting patiently, does get in and out alive. Mega goes to Maxter, and I can't get over that rail. That was gorgeous.
I mean, with 140 ping as well.
It's brutal.
Just to contextualize the brilliance.
All he sees are numbers. A beautiful mind indeed as Maxter still up 1 frag. Sing with that rail though as psygib trying to push in. Get some damage here, get some position. That's a good rocket there. Orb actually used as well for Maxter, but Mega is not something psygib wants to be anywhere near right now. He is going to deny this upper 50, try and get that stack back up, but Maxter superior stack yet again. The positioning as well as he just moonwalks his way back towards this heavy, and psygib is going to take a lot of damage potentially on the way to try and deny this or at least deal damage. There's a good rocket from Maxter into the rail, and yeah, he gives his life just to try and chip away at the heavy.
The big challenge is, and the big question is, how does psygib get on item? It might be 5-3, but I'm telling you now, if he doesn't change the tide of this match, it's very quickly going to spiral out of control because he's got 2 heavies and 2 megas to max to 7 and 7. So he really needs to find a way to put more pressure onto these items.
With the orb play like that, just shows psygib how difficult it's going to be. The LG was picture perfect, but no, dire orb denies any kind of frag there at the mega. 6-3, 5 minutes in.
5-minute warning.
Gonna get this mega as Maxter needs to take the really long way around because he ran out of ammo. But he's done his job, he's hit a rail on jump pad. Doesn't hit a second, but actually orbs on through. Really great reaction play from Maxter turns the fight on its head. Rocket's just back up into position. Great play by maxter. The rail is good, but it's not going to be enough as maxter will get another rail off the board as well. As you said, he really needs to watch out for that. He's so good at it. It should be another
maxter is one of the best at that. I really think the only way around it is to delay your spawn, but... Oh, Maxter, please! 8-3 as he's running away with this one, Dan, as you said. The item's a big play. psygib will deny the Mega, but again, giving his life. So every time he does get an item, Maxter's like, take it. I'll take the frag. That's fine.
And I warned you 2 minutes ago this map would spiral if he doesn't get an item, and then he's really not got enough.
Oh my god.
Maxter is just running and ruling the roost at this moment.
psygib in danger now again. Anything short of a 3-0 and he is set for relegation here. In 4 minutes until that is confirmed here as he's an uphill battle. We said it, there's the swap to Rockets, almost somehow makes that work. But Maxter comes out on top again and able to stack back up off the Mega as well that was lying in wait. psygib needs a miracle. I think saving graces on this map, it's doable. It's going to take a lot, but this is one of the faster paced maps, and Maxter just puts that to rest immediately. 12-3 is weak off the spawn. psygib has to try and push immediately to make sure that he doesn't get a good enough stack. There's the push, but Maxter with the LG, so good, man. Pushing him right back down. No.
The only time that psygib's got an item is when Maxter has been forced to change strategy. That time it was because he ran out of ammo. The time before is because he had to regroup and recollect his ammo as well. So this map is just entirely on Max's terms. And now he's allowed psygib to get the item, but at what cost? It's going to cost him his life, more or less, just to even get a heavy. It's been a sensational play for the first 7 minutes.
No signs of stopping. The dire play actually takes it too. A little bit of misdirection and the shotgun buckshot again.
Oh, those big Argentinian balls, like, what a play.
Huge blue balls. And yeah, 13-3, and it's just brutal, man. Like psygib. If you were psygib right now, how do you get back? Can you get back 220? 10 frags? I mean,
I think, again, the scoreline doesn't look that bad, but the way in which this map is played, I can tell you, psygib feels beaten and bruised. Barely had an item, barely had a look in. Damage again, maxter nearly doubling psygib's damage. It's been his tempo start to finish.
oh, and Maxter lobs that, bending it like Beckham around the corner. And again, is that 3 or 4 in a row from that spawn?
I think it's 4 every time. He's just so good at predicting.
And another one to plant him, and wow. Wow, wow, wow. So, just like that, the first map in, psygib set for relegation. Maxter has made it so. Pushed him down and said, this is your fate, figure it out, as he is going to face either psygib or Chance, or excuse me, Sib or Chance. psygib set for relegation, confirmed 16-3, and now this is just, everything past this is brutal right now. Maxter just putting his own frag movie together in one map.
Would you have imagined this 13 weeks ago? Someone relatively new, not necessarily to the scene, but definitely to the QPL, coming in and putting this level of performances in week 13?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's incredible to see, and you love to see it. But yeah, I mean, psygib, fan favorite, especially with the Aviators. We thought it was going to be a little bit better, but now he's set for relegation. And that is just the chopping block you don't want to be on. 17-4 again. Brutal map at times. And Maxter plays it to perfection.
We're moving over to his server as well for, I believe it's Corrupted Keep, which is, I think, his pick as well. Scale Bearer versus Ice. We're in for a treat.
Absolutely. Well, luckily for psygib, there's, well, there is still spawn trouble, but no rail, at least. So I cannot comprehend what goes through your mind as a player when you spawn in and immediately have no stack. immediately every time. And the only way around that is to delay your stack. You have to. But even then, maxter will just wait. He knows where you're going to be.
It's gut-wrenching. You know exactly what's coming, particularly if you accidentally double-click off the spawn and you're just kind of hanging there like a floating duck, and you just know what's happening next. Obviously, there's no follow-up, but he's done his job. He's weakened you. He can go around, run the map, and that was probably more impressive to me than his aim, was the way in which he ran that map. It was his map from start to finish. He controlled the tempo, he controlled the positioning. It was really a masterclass on how to play deep, and psygib again, that's what's more brutal for me. He will feel so beaten by that.
Yeah, that's definitely draining there as we saw him shaking his head. He kind of knows what's in store for him now. His fate is sealed. And if you're a psygib fan, that's unfortunate to see. It's heartbreaking, really. Still a chance. I mean, just because you go to relegation doesn't mean that you're out, but that is a road that you don't want to walk down as maxter puts up map number 1, 18-6. Makes it look easy as we go into map number 2. It's going to be Corrupt Keep Scale versus Eisen. And do you think it's going to be more of the same, Ben?
Not quite. I think it will still be... I still think maxter will win. I think it'll be a bit closer. psygib's going to have to make sure he really does nail those items and gets much more map control. Then, if he gets the same level of map control, it's game over for sure. The speed of the scale, he's going to be in your face. He's going to bully you with his stack. It's going to be really hard. So, going to have to see smart plays with the turret. Maybe just concentrate on one of the items. Keep the pressure up. Use that mid-range damage. Obviously, big target at scale. You can chip him down. So you have to make sure you get everything right.
Totally agree. I think heavy machine gun is going to be, as it always is, a big factor in Corrupted Keep, more so now that he's kind of fighting up a weight level, if you will, medium versus heavy, but also as opposed to the traditional turret plays where you set them near a heavy item and kind of make, you know, your opponent guess which way you're going to attack from. I feel like he should keep that in his pocket just to negate the bull rush, but psygib knows better than I. We'll see exactly how he wants to play this, but unfortunately, again, if you're a psygib fan, F's in the chat. Fate has been sealed. Psygib is set for relegation because of that map loss.
Yep, and maybe that changes the dynamic. Now he's definitely out of it. He'll probably know he's definitely out of it. It really doesn't matter if he wins or loses from here on out. I think just on the previous map alone, I think I'm definitely expecting a maxter victory, probably a maxter 3-0 from here on out. But it would be good to see psygib come out fighting and at least go into relegation with his head held high.
So you're saying that maxter just baned him on the first map and it's just going to be pain and suffering for the next two?
Yes.
Well, let's take a look at what chat has to say, and I feel like they agree. So that looks pretty rough. 87% favor of maxter on the predictions. Somebody out there give psygib your energy. He's going to need it. Map number 2, Corrupted Keep, coming up shortly. I heard the ding could be one of the final bells for psygib here, but we'll see. If he could still string together map victory, maybe even a series victory, I think just confidence-wise, that's going to be huge for him, because going into the Stage 2 finals relegation, you at least want that. Again, they are going to have 2 weeks of break to study tape, grind, to make sure they're in peak form. But yeah, coming off a loss like this, the first map in too, it's just like, oh, relegation it is. So heart goes out to psygib. It's rough.
So my North American correspondent, who is psygib playing in the relegation?
I believe it looks like he will play Chance. Now, I say that and things could, you know, shift potentially, but it looks like Dubert is dead last. So he'll play the 1 seed, which is Sib. psygib will play Chance, but nevertheless, we're going to see if he has a chance on Corrupted Keep versus maxter. Maxter, right off the bat, so quick with the scale. And he wants to deliver some pain, Dan. Oh no! No.
He does miss one of the health bubbles though. Will that come back to haunt him? We will have to see. Obviously, psygib will not be aware, but he's making a move over there. But hearing that, obviously the scale just scuttles away. The double back, he's smart. Has been read, but will he miss out on both major items because that scale barrier is much quicker? And it looks like he will. Trying to rocket jump across. Oh, he misses out on both, and that's really bad for the Eisen, who's now been pinned to the wall. He's walking away with nothing. What a start for maxter.
Oh no. Good use of the turret there, and that's exactly what has to happen from psygib. Maxter catches him out in the boneyard. This is going to be his final resting place stand. Good rocket, and psygib turns it around. Puts the rocket in his pocket. So weak, though, and what a spawn for Maxter.
Cost. Look at this. He's coming for you. That's the thing. Maxter doesn't really mind giving up that frag. Rather spawn with a clean stack, and look at this, all the weapons already. And psygib's still licking his wounds, trying to find himself a light. He knows exactly where he is. He's waiting for the bull rush. He might just use the stampede into this room. Turret goes down. He knows that's not up for the next fight. But he has now actually messed up quite badly, losing out this heavy. Oh no!
Sends him to the heavens and fall back on the Mega. So doesn't miss out on the heavy, but a bit calculated there. I think he kind of wanted to set up that bull rush out of the tail. You could say you could say that was planned. I feel like that was definitely what he wanted. Take the item, but I'll be waiting.
Misreading those cues, caught out from behind. Look at the speed of the scale bearer. He bounces up, but he's got no ammo, and he's not connecting with anything.
And he steals it!
Well.
He yoinks the Mega. psygib barely alive, as is maxter, and maxter playing it very slow. It looked like that was going to be a refrag immediately, but psygib just gets it on the Mega just in the nick of time, turns this around, slowing it down, has the stack advantage, lots of damage potentially coming out with this heavy machine gun. Maxter has to be careful.
Yeah, I think it's just a bit sloppy from Maxter, maybe a mistiming, because he did the full linebacker move and just threw Ison off of the head of the Mega. He's coming for you here. Oh my god, he even did drive-by to catch the light as well. That presence of mind from Maxter. But you can see the challenge of the Scale Bearer is that it's just all these corridors as well to run at you.
It's so brutal, man. You hear the charge, you know he's coming at you, and all you can do is just say, no, 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 no. 2-2. It's Maxter looking to grab this heavy. Does need to be careful of Timmy, but Timmy dealt with rather easily. And again, right off the bat, psygib trying to make something happen, gets caught out. Has to give up the Mega as well, and just brutal bull rush again in Maxter's pocket. This time he has rockets too, so this is going to be curtains for psygib.
psygib looks a little bit lost here. He was very early for the Mega. He got out early, and Maxter here is just going to chase him down once again. Like, what can you do? Maybe should rocket jump over him, do a bit of an Olé moment, but Maxter's just now rotating the items. And there's, again, a big enough split between the two that he can set up and clear the area. Doesn't even need to take these fights anymore. He could just play it a bit safer than he was doing in the first few minutes. Lovely LG just mullering psygib, and now the momentum begins to grow. psygib has done a lot of damage, but he's got no weapons. This is the challenge.
psygib needs to be real careful here. Maxter does need armor. psygib had the stack advantage, but you could tell he's like, I don't want any part of this. I know you have bull rush up. This is a very scary situation for me. Oh no! Oh, please. He's just getting bullied, like you said. It's 5-2, the scale. Doing a good job. Is Maxter of grabbing those shards to make sure he has bull rush constantly. Great rocket there.
I said I've seen Maxter playing it a lot on his stream, and it shows why. The usage of the ability is just perfect, and we said in the opening, we needed to see psygib put a concerted effort on getting these major items, and he's just not done it. There's a big enough split between them where he could be delaying or trying to delay the pickup of one of them, but he's not putting an effort, and Maxter's just chasing him around the map. Look at this.
It's a horror movie, Dan. It's a horror movie as he catches him out. Shotgun takes him down, buckshot to the chest, and whenever you hear that roar from the Intergalactic Warlord, I hope psygib's wearing diapers, because, you know, there's something going on. 7-2, can't even steal away the heavy. Maxter just in this flow state right now.
I feel sick, 40.
Yeah, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. And I feel like people watching this are taking notes. Okay, maybe I'll ban Scale against Maxter. Okay, maybe I won't really want to play Deep Embrace against Maxter. Like, this is kind of information. Again, 2 weeks away from Stage 2 finals. Anything helps, as psygib is, you know, unfortunately, the guinea pig here. Oh no! Oh please! Oh god! Somebody call somebody.
DJ who? Scale Bearer hater.
Oh, well, you can have a chat with Papa a little bit later in the day for the 2 featured matches. 'Cause I'm sure he's going to have some comments about this and
Oh,
takes him out of the sky. Oh, come on now. This man has a family day.
That was the perfect pummel opportunity.
I mean, I agree. I love a gauntlet as much as the next guy, but think of the children. Oh, he's still got the shoulder in. Oh, no. psygib was like, I'm taking myself out. This isn't happening again.
I mean,
maxter,
there was a couple of
bulldozer.
opportunities. There was one big opportunity in particular where psygib retreated from the Mega too early. He dropped the turret in the entryway and ran to the light. Maybe he didn't have timing on the Mega, but that was a big opportunity for him to make his stand on the Mega. Ever since then, again, we spoke about momentum. The momentum's been in maxter's corner. He's had all items on lockdown. He's just run from item to item to enemy to item. Just kind of rinse and repeat. He will win the Mega here, but again, it's his first Mega since like 2 minutes in. He's had 3 Megas and 3 Heavies, relative to 11 and 11. How can you compete with a Scale Bearer that stacked running around doing this much damage?
I have no idea. It's almost impossible. Even the fact that he's wearing sandals, you can't even stub his toe. It doesn't matter, Dan. 11-1. There's no signs of stopping for maxter. It's just right on time to bully him off the item. Nothing's free in the shotgun. Maxter out here playing duck hunt.
That's again a perfect example of that. The fact that psygib's a little bit lost. He's just standing on the item hoping for it to spawn. Why is he not standing on the high ground trying to prevent the push, or at least do damage, and then he can retreat? You know, that's just, again, a sign to me that he doesn't really know what to do.
Unfortunately, with the time left and the score line, I do not think there's time to adapt. I'm going to call it, Dan. I'm going to say I don't think there's time.
Oh, really?
12-2. You know, sometimes you just gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them, Dan. As psygib will push in on that and get the frag, but unless you can go on an insane miracle, this one's done. And even so, let's say he did, it would be all for naught, because he's still relegated. Oh, to the heavens!
Oh, I need more of this in my life.
Oh, but at what cost? psygib's expense. I mean, anyone on the other side of a Scale Bearer shoulder is gonna pay the price. Oh no, riding the lightning too, trying to get some shotgun blasts in, and all right, psygib comes out on top of that one. He's not done fighting yet.
Maybe he should.
I'll let the legal team handle those questions. Advice. Oh my goodness, bull rush. It's gonna happen. Oh, what? Okay. Interesting, and he can actually go down here, has to decide, is it Timmy or is it Eisen? Oh my god, if he would have gotten that frag somehow with both, psygib does capitalize with a shotgun, but yeah, if you're a Maxter fan, you'll love to see it. This is exactly the form you want to see Maxter as we're heading into the Stage 2 finals in 2 weeks' time, but psygib has to, oh my god.
Oh dear.
It knocks the wind out of me seeing that.
Yep. Scale Bearer is a good champion.
Confirmed. If you don't agree, Maxter has a little something to tell you. 14-5. Final second. It's ticking away on this map number 2. Maxter's going to be up 2-0 going into the 3rd map. I can't help but feel like psygib is probably like, you know, can I just kneel? Can I concede? No, psygib, you can't. So Maxter takes the set 2-0, making it look easy and showing the world why you should probably maybe consider banning Scale against him. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, you took a map off Rafa with Scale Bearer, you know, it's a good champion in his hands, and picking it on Corrupted is ballsy, but we can see how strong it is if you know how to play it and push the limits of what it's capable of, and your opponent just lets you have all the items. So, really well played by Maxter, makes Scale look incredibly strong, but he's just on one at the moment and looking great going into these finals.
These are just bull rush highlights. That's all it is. Maxter is now considered the bulldozer. That is absolutely insane. Really good performance from him, and again, if you're a psygib fan, this is not what you want to see at all. psygib, wow, that play especially. He's like, all right, well, this is happening. Fortunately, it's pushed to relegation. You know, I'm sure Dramas is excited. He's like, yes, I can breathe a little easier now. 15-5 on Corrupted Keep as we're going to go to map number 3. And yeah, I mean, still though, confidence-wise, you want to at least put one up on the board, right, Dan? You can't just give up. You can't just say this is it. Even though his fate is sealed, you still, it's an opportunity to practice. And I feel like psygib should try and make the most of it.
There's a silver lining if I've ever heard one.
That's what I'm here for. It's yeah, that one got a little messy for sure. But yeah, map number 3, Vale. DK versus BJ, it might just be bad. Maybe this is a bad one to have a silver lining, and I feel like the Flame Strike is going to go so far. If you get caught out in the rail room, the Flame Strike, as you said, can knock you up. Now that the knockback is up, you fall into the acid, that's a little bit more tick damage. You're already on fire. You get caught out at the small armor shard. It's a trap. Big shouts to Sync Error. In the Thunderdome with the rockets, there's just so many places to utilize the Flame Strike that will absolutely dominate. I don't feel that the dual wield is going to be the equalizer. I just don't.
No, I agree. I think DK is so strong though, and this is, as I said, probably the strongest map for the Death Knights. So it's going to be fun to see. I want to see maxter play fast again. He's got the rail back. We know how good he is with that weapon. We are back on North American server, so that's a bit of an equalizer. But I mean, psygib's not looked up to it today. This is not the psygib we know. He's been erratic this stage. And this is, again, one of his lower weeks, unfortunately. So, as you said, it'd be nice to see him go out on a high. But maxter is on one, and I have to favor him going into the final map as well.
And it looks like the chat will echo that sentiment here. 66% as the predictions still rolling in, but this is going to be it. Map number 3 between maxter and psygib. Maxter looking for the clean sweep. He's on fire, so to speak, and we'll see exactly how high those flames burn right now. We are live. Maxter gets the LG spawn to the Mega. Flame Strike on hand, ready, and maybe, I feel like since things are sealed a little bit, Dan, maybe we'll see a little gauntlet action? We'll see.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Okay, but he's just gonna...
How did that even happen? He sends him to the heavens there.
Oh, he's going to double up for the heavy as well. Really nice play. Lovely rail from psygib though. That means he should be able to steal away this Mega. But nope. Max is actually just going to go full aggression. The dual wield comes out and it will melt him, but he's lost all the map. He's still got a decent enough stack to compete with, but not as much as he would have wanted.
Ooh, and psygib had the prediction. He had the read with the wrong weapon out as he had rockets. Rail would have been nice there. Eats a little bit of tribal. Still not in a terrible position here as he's going to make a play for heavy and might get railed. Nope, maxter's already moving on to LG. Wants to try and position on this Mega. Goes through the telly. And now psygib has to fight his way around the corner. There's one rail. Maxter hits another one. Flame strikes out as well. Does hit a rail on the way down. psygib taking a lot of damage there. Maxter very, very weak though after that fight. Almost gets taken out. And Maxter just, as you mentioned before, the balls to peak with that little stack. What gives him the right?
I don't know, but he's just got no fear, and he's won himself the heavy because of it. psygib's going to reposition, try and get up to the high ground so he can take on this Mega. We'll be able to get it now. Maxter misses his jump and won't even contest for it. Instead, wants to try and hit some exit damage because now he's completely lost position.
psygib maintaining high ground. I like that as Heavy's going to be up next. Catches him out through the telly, but the Flame Strike does so much damage, and the rail conversion from psygib will land him the frag. He just kind of picks what item he wants here as Heavy's going to go to maxter. I figured he would at least peek for some damage, but he's going to opt to play it slower, grabbing that 50 shard. Also should be well aware that Flame Strike is down, and now is his opportunity to aggress if he does want to. Little dual wield just for safety?
Yeah, Max will be aware of that though, so won't be in his mind that he can push as aggressive as he might otherwise do. As I say that, he just straight up rockets jumps onto the high ground out of nowhere. And maybe, as you said, that the fact that it is secure now is coming back because psygib's just abusing this over aggression, maintaining that solid position on the high ground. He actually loses out the heavy though. Ooh, Maxter is just, he doesn't care.
Unbelievable. I don't think he needs to, Dan. I don't think he needs to. Great rail there from psygib, but he's so extremely weak. Has to be very, very careful if he over peaks right now. 50 HP, a few seconds till the Mega, doesn't even want to jump over. He knows something is up.
Just trading items though at the moment. Neither one putting an active split on them. psygib though, struggling for rocket ammo. That's a bit of an issue, so he needs to be wary of taking any close range engagement. This is also why he's playing slower than usual.
Very, very cautious here. psygib just playing off sound. Ooh, and maxter actually doubles back for the Mega instead, and now he can grab both items if he wants. psygib goes through to try and cut him off, but he eats so much damage. There's the dual wield. He's burning alive. He needs a health bubble. Does grab it to negate. There's the rail from maxter, and the hunt is on. He wants this frag. He is extremely weak, though. One shotgun blaster rail could do it. Both players missing out. psygib just staying alive right now, gonna escape and try and grab some more resources. Doesn't want to get caught out in the armor. Good choice, but maxter reads it and converts on the rail, putting himself on the board. 425 in.
Even still, psygib will spawn Mega Side, pick it up very comfortably. maxter repositions quickly, but he's out of rocket ammo now. He has to hope that psygib doesn't push. Unfortunately, he does fall back, and maxter lives to see another day. Very cagey now after the opening engagements where maxter was just super aggressive. Maybe learnt his lesson a little bit. Big rotation of items coming now. Is it healthy enough to compete for it? maxter pushing in, the dual wheel comes out, gets bounced around there, but he just cannot connect as much as he needs to. maxter walks away, not as healthy as he wants to, but there's enough time to bully psygib off here. No, there's not! Rockets come out, and they are good.
Just like that, maxter ties it up with beautiful rockets. psygib has to be careful now. Does not want to let this get too out of control, but the saving grace, again, knowing Flame Strike is down, so he can kind of get a little bit closer than usual. Doesn't really have to worry about that additional burst and tick damage. Ooh, rail through the telly again. psygib has to be careful not to just chase that. Those are just free rails for maxter.
maxter's now slowed the pace down and he's finding his groove. He's playing a lot more strategically. He's using the rail more than he did in the opening engagements. He's picking his fights better. I mean, 80% rail speaks for itself as well. They're going to meet here, close quarters.
Oh my
god! Look at the burst damage.
Oh, what a rail off spawn. Name a better duo. maxter and railing you off the spawn. It just seems on every map he's just studied up and he knows exactly where you're gonna be. And there's another rail. psygib shouldn't contest this, doesn't really have a choice, and goes down 5-3. Good LG there.
Oh,
maxter again with a rail. Oh.
And caught off guard as well, and here comes the pain train as maxter picking up the momentum, picking up the pace. As soon as he gets that lead and smells blood, there's really very few players quicker and more efficient than maxter at cleaning it up. He has missed out on the Mega though, and look how weak he is. So big opening from psygib here to regain some ground. He's got plenty of time, so doesn't need to overstretch.
Flame Strike laid down defensively here. We don't see that a lot, but you know, if you're gonna chase me, you're gonna take that tick damage. It's definitely a utilization for it. As maxter still a little weak, psygib on the hunt. Needs to convert. 3 minutes left, 3 down. Hears him down below in the Thunderdome. He's going to claim the Mega and make his way over to the heavy, keeping high ground. This is going to be an important fight here. Oh, but through the telly, dual-wield shotgun, the jump over. maxter steals away the heavy, somehow bounces psygib around and gets the frag, and wow. Just brutal, Dan.
Just got outworked in that fight, psygib. Smart play to go around the back and use the TP, but maxter read it like a book. Doubles back behind him and just causes chaos in the fight, and now he's caught him on the low ground without the right weapon out. Big rocket to the face, but as you said, psygib just needs to stick around and do anything at this point if he's got a hope in hell of making a comeback, but this map is all maxter.
Wow. Even styling a little bit there as maxter has the Flame Strike on hand as well. He cuts off psygib. That's going to be instant burst damage. 7-3, 2 minutes left. It's looking like the Maxter show. The Maxter dozer bulldozes his way to a potential 3-0. Still some time left here for psygib. If he can get a clean kill, could turn the tide, but Maxter has the flame strike, so it's going to be anything but clean.
Yeah, and he's just holding the high ground now. He's missed out on both major items, but you can see he desperately wants to just do some sort of damage. He's playing very conservative. Good trade for psygib, but hasn't got position. Needs to do something. Rocket jumps up, gets bounced around once again with the flame strike. And look at the damage. He's going to tick down. Just gets the bubble inside, but he dies anyway.
And yeah, there's nothing you could do. I mean, the flame strike is just so brutal, and you have to go after him because of the time. So Maxter knew that, took advantage of it. Dual wield to try and chip him away. The shotgun from around the corner is going to be enough, and it. Wow, even that psygib can't even put that one on the board. Just disheartening. 1 minute left, 6 frags down.
GG. What's GG well played in Spanish?
I don't know. I went to public school in America, Dan. I don't know why you would ask me that. 9-3, Maxter with a big performance here. 3-0, the exact opposite of what you would want if you're a psygib fan, unfortunately for him. And just a testament to how good Maxter is becoming. Really coming into his own, as you said, you know, making a big splash here. Not quite good enough to get into the top 4 to get that first round bye, but still very, very dangerous and someone to look out for in the Stage 2 finals.
Yeah, I really don't think anyone would want to go up against Maxter. I mean, unfortunately it's not land, so we can have parity, but still, his playstyle is quite unique. He's super aggressive, he's very confident in what he can do, and honestly, he really does have one of the best names in the QPL. I think he's incredibly underrated in that regard, and when he's on form, he's incredibly scary.
Scary indeed. 3-0. It's in the books, chat. It's done. F's in the chat. If you are a psygib fan, he is going to be knocked down into relegation. It's signed, sealed, delivered. Thanks to Maxter, the bulldozer from Argentina. Well done from him. Again, heating up in the right time. 2 weeks' time, Stage 2 finals. Again, not the top 4 spot that you'd want to get that first round bye, but still a great performance from Maxter.
It was. Unfortunately, psygib didn't show up to play today. Definitely not his best games. And map 1 and 2 were just absolutely brutal. Pure skill and class from Maxter. This was much more competitive, purely because psygib got onto the board in terms of items. He had a really good foothold for large periods of the map, but he just got outplayed, in all honesty. Particularly in combat. Look at that 70% rail. Just insane. And there was some really good engagements where Maxter just outpositioned him, outmaneuvered him, and just hit more. So what can you say? He's looking flying. Again, 5k damage to 3k. That's just crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, barring anything crazy, I think the stage is set for relegation on the America side, right? So it looks like Dewey's going to play Sib and Chance is going to play psygib. And if I'm wrong, well then just delete the VOD, because I didn't say that. But I think that's how it shakes out.
I think you're right. And they're both pretty tasty encounters. Sib comes back for some revenge, and Chance is making his road back after, I guess, a long period out. I haven't seen his name in quite a long time beyond this stage, so highly experienced and definitely got the skill set to take psygib out. So I think psygib's going to be sweating bullets. Yeah,
it's going to be a rough road, but it's going to be a rough road for either Avec or Base as well, as they're going to be our next map. Going to be coming back after a small break, but then we're going to take a little trip over to the EU side, CSX. How's that sound?
Sounds better to me.
You dog. All right, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, chat. We'll see you soon.